Hey everybody, hey, it's Coach Bell here, and welcome to the Sophia Scrolls. I'm always doing something. We already have the healing factor, so now we have the healing scrolls. The Sophia Scrolls. And what am I doing? It's a new series that I have started actually inside my Cozy Chaos Corner community. And that's a community you sign up for. It's free. Just need to, send your email over and it'll let you in. Some of the things there will be a lot of different things in there. As of right now, it's still free. And a lot is going on in there. It's a safe space for women to talk, to breathe, to be themselves, to vent, to have a reflection, just to find themselves in there. And I want to invite you to come and join us in here. And a part of the Sophia Scrolls is something that I brought up, which is the Pistis Sophia, which a lot of people don't know about. And it's fine. So I wanted to do my first episode here. And I wanted to bring it outside of the community as well. Outside of the school community. But I realized something. There are a lot of ancient spiritual texts that many of us have never heard about. Literally. And even when we have heard about them, sometimes we open it, we read a few pages, and we go, well, what in the world are they talking about? Trust me, I did the same thing. And my glasses are blurry. So, with that being said, we're going to keep moving forward. Pistis Sophia can definitely be one of the books that most people haven't heard about unless you've done a lot of deep diving, researching, studying, hearing things, and wanting to learn about it. And that's how I was. I'm always that why child. Why? Well, what is that all about? What kind of sense does this make? So, while we're doing this is just one of the scrolls. But we kind of did an intro of it last week, but it wasn't on YouTube. Today, we're going to start on YouTube. We're not going to rush through it. We're going to take our time. And basically, the reading of this is actually in the school community. So, if you want to join us and learn more about that, please join the school community, SKOOL, and look for the Cozy Chaos Corner. That's mine. You can sign up in there. Again, it's free. Be a part of it. It's for women only. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. But this is a dedicated community for women. Specifically for women. It's a safe space for women. I've tried social media so many times. This is the best place that I've found that women can actually be themselves. I joined another group, and it helped me to see how things worked. And also, it's actually a great place to just actually be yourselves. Everything isn't so social media content wise. It's literally about the topics that they're talking about in those communities. And mine is literally about women healing. So a lot of the topics that I bring up isn't just about that topic, but how women can relate in their own healing journeys. Last month in July, we were talking about finding her. Let me see, hold on. No, I'm sorry. It was about remembering her, which is meaning remembering yourself. This month in August, we're talking about becoming her. And some of the things that we're using are the Pistis Sophia. And what lessons can we learn for ourselves individually into becoming her? We have Remember Her Mondays, Transformation and Healing Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Whisper Wednesday as well, which is energy readings. We also have Mirror Moment Thursday, Community Reflection on Thursday. We also have Freedom Friday. That's basically a random day where you get to post and talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you need to just relax or late release, that's fine too. And then Saturday is our cozy conversation day where we have a live and we talk about all of the postings that went on for the week and what we got from those. There are questions and that you get to answer, and we have a conversation. So I do invite you to come. Also, we have the self-care Saturdays. That's a post. And then we have, of course, today, right now, the Sophia Scrolls, which I've posted in the group already, and now I'm going to talk about it with you. So if you're interested, please join us. And I will be leaving the link in the description as well. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the page, the YouTube page. And let's move forward with this. So I want to be clear about something from the beginning. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. We're going to look at what the text truly says. Explore some of the history and symbolism around it, and then talk about what these teachings might mean for us today. You get to question, you get to think, you get to disagree. You get to sit with something and decide what resonates with you. This is part of the journey. So let's unroll today's scroll. I like that. So today's question is actually pretty simple. A lot of people are already asking, why is the book called Pistis Sophia? Good question. And before we can answer that, we need to understand the words themselves. Pistis is a Greek word associated with faith, trust, and belief. And Sophia means wisdom. So you often see Pistis Sophia rendered as something like faith, wisdom. Now, that's where I had to stop. That's a whole conversation. It literally is when you think about it. Many of us were taught that having faith meant believing. Don't question it. Don't challenge it. Just believe it. But wisdom does something different. Wisdom asks us to look deeper, which was my thing. I always went deeper. Had a friend tell me that, didn't understand it, but now I do. That was years ago. I was in my 20s. Wisdom asks us to question. Wisdom uses discernment. Wisdom says, I hear what you're telling me, but I need to understand this for myself. And that doesn't necessarily mean we've lost our faith. Sometimes questioning is how our faith matters. And let me tell you something about me. I was that one. I was that questioning child. I questioned everything. Why? Why? I need to know why. If it didn't make sense, I had to know why. And I always got in trouble for that. But yeah, oh well. You couldn't just tell me anything and I was okay with it. There was a time when I played dumb and I did dumb stuff just for the sake of trying to be accepted. But at the end of the day, in the back of my head, it's like, that don't make sense. That does not make any sense whatsoever. So, sometimes, I'm going to say it again, sometimes questioning is how our faith matures. So, don't not question anything. If your mind is saying that don't make sense, go check it out. Go check it out. So, who is Sophia? Now, here is where the text gets, it's where the text gets really interesting. I'm trying to get to the text. Hi. If my system would act right, I'd be so happy if it did. I'd be just so happy. Sophia isn't presented simply as an idea. She's portrayed as a spiritual figure whose journey includes reaching toward higher light, descending into chaos, suffering, crying out, receiving help, and eventually moving toward restoration. Now, let me repeat that, because I want you to hear what I said, and I want you to think about where each of us are in our lives, or what we've been through in our lives. So, this is supposed to be a reflection for you, okay? She's portrayed as a spiritual figure. And if you've heard so many times people say, you're not a natural, you're a spirit having a human experience. So she's portrayed as a spiritual figure whose journey, and we're all on a journey, includes reaching toward the higher light. What are we always trying to do? Find God. Find the Creator. Find the higher purpose. Reaching toward higher light. Descending into chaos. How many of us have gone through chaos? Suffering. Crying out. Receiving help. And eventually moving toward what? Restoration. We're going to get into all of this in these scrolls together. But for today, I want you to notice something. Her journey involves both faith and wisdom. Okay? She has to trust, but she also has to learn. She has to seek. She has to recognize where she has gone wrong. She has to grow in understanding, and she has to keep turning toward the light. This is something that we all have to do all the time, every day of our lives. So why does this matter? I'll tell you why it matters. This is where Pistis Sophia starts becoming more than an ancient book. Okay? It's coming into real life for me, because how many of us have experienced something similar? I just said that. Many of you have believed something because somebody told you it was true. Raise your hand. Raise it high. Maybe it came from your family. Maybe it came from your church, your culture, your relationships, or simply what you were taught growing up. And then one day, something inside you said, but do I really believe this? Really? Something in your head was literally doing, really? It's not necessarily rebellion to question things. I need y'all to understand that. That's not rebellion. That's not necessarily rebellion. That can be the beginning of wisdom right there. Because you're not willing to sit and listen to anything and just take it for truth. You know? There can be room for faith and curiosity, trust and discernment, belief and questions. All of that is allowed. You do not necessarily have to throw away everything you ever believed in order to grow. And sometimes you have to be willing to look at it again. Here's a thought I want you to carry. Perhaps wisdom doesn't destroy faith. Perhaps wisdom teaches faith how to see. I want y'all to sit with that. Don't rush it. Don't rush to answer it. Just sit with it and see what you feel. Perhaps wisdom doesn't destroy faith. Perhaps wisdom teaches faith how to see. Interesting. Again, the Pistis Sophia. Okay. If you have your own copy of the Pistis Sophia, start with the opening portion of the text. Pay attention to the conversation between Jesus and his disciples. Sorry. Fruit fly. And begin noticing the language around light, mysteries, power, and spiritual realms. Now, I know some of y'all get spooky spiritual. And when you hear certain words, you go, oh my goodness. You start thinking bad. Everything isn't bad. So when you hear me say spiritual realms, don't go diving off the cliff. You know, stay open to learning. Knowledge is power. Okay? Some of us, it's going to sound strange, and it's okay. Again, don't jump off the cliff. We're going to get to this language, and we're going to unpack it together. And because different translations and editions aren't always numbered or paginated exactly the way or the same way, I'm going to guide you primarily by the sections we're exploring rather than assuming everybody has an exact copy or the same copy. Now, even though this YouTube ends, this conversation doesn't. Inside the Cozy Chaos Corner, which is on SKOOL, we're walking through these scrolls together, along with our echoes, our reflections, our conversations around healing and remembering who we are, as well as becoming who we are. So if I said something to you today that made you go, I think I want to verge off into this a little bit more, come on down, join us. Because I don't want the Sophia scrolls to become another place where somebody tells you what to think. I want you to get the knowledge for yourself, your own understanding. We all have a different way of understanding everything, okay? I want the Sophia scrolls to become a place where we learn to think, we question, we explore, and we remember together. And next time, there's going to be a next time, yeah. We're going to answer a question that sounds simple, but absolutely is not. Who is Sophia? More specifically, Sophia is not a person, but yet she is. Yep, that's going to be very interesting. And until next time, keep questioning, keep seeking, and most importantly, keep remembering. And I'll see you at the next scroll. Take care and bye.